We all know that the Eagles are in the market for a veteran running back, and one guy who would love to play for the Eagles next year, all-time leading Eagles rusher, Shady McCoy. Still stinks. Everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day, a great Mother Hump Day. Hope you guys are doing well. Now, let me first start off right off the bat and say, we all know that the Eagles are looking for a veteran running back. They need a veteran running back. We all know this. Somebody to compliment Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and let's just get that out of the way. And if I had my choice to pick anybody right now, it would be Carlos Hyde. That's who I would pursue if it was up to me. I would want him as a veteran running back more than anybody else that is out there, okay? I wouldn't even mind if you could trade real cheaply for a Leonard Fournette for 1 year to do that too, okay? Those would be my top choices, no question about it. However, it has to be said. It has to be said that the Eagles' all-time leading rusher, Shady McCoy, wants to come home. He wants to come home, and I don't think we can just sweep that under the rug. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. My championship belt was making noise. It was making noise. It was saying to me, thank God I'm in the shoulders of somebody strong enough to hold me up, not like Michael Anthony. Where's the fitness? You're home, belt. You're home. Sit down, chill out, relax. You're with the champ. You're with the champs. I love it. Now, the hat's all crooked. Come on, dude. So, we know Shady McCoy wants to come home. He wants to come home 1 more year, then retire, go off into the sunset. He wants to go where he started his career. And he was on Good Morning Football. I think that's the name of it. And he was basically saying he would love to go back to Philly. Nobody has worn 25 in green since he left, and it would be a great story. And I think Shady really wants to come home, okay? And me, like I said, I would prefer not to bring him back. I would prefer another running back, like a Carlos Hyde, somebody like that. However, I got to tell you, there is a part of me that has been so jaded by watching Reggie White go when free agency first started. Watching him go, devastated me. It has affected me to this day. I've never gotten over it, okay? I admit that. And when Reggie left, that really bothered me. And then, I guess it was the next year, then Seth Joyner, Clyde Simmons go, and then Eric Allen eventually goes, and you just saw these guys all walk out the door, and each one was just devastating, okay? So I am a little jaded. That's why I can talk about things that some people are like, how could you even talk about trading Zach Ertz? It's because of what happened when I was young, because I saw some of the greatest players of all time leave, and it affected me. When Brian Dawkins left, same reaction. It affected me very, very deeply, okay? So I am a little bit jaded. However, I'm very sensitive when it comes to players who I love, who leave in bad ways. When they leave in bad ways, like Terrell Owens leaving the way he did, it always sat wrong with me. It just always bothered me. I remember when Eric Lindros in hockey left, it bothered me. When Deshaun Jackson left, the way he did, where he just gets cut in his prime. That was horrible. Then he goes to the Redskins. And when Shady McCoy gets traded to the Buffalo Bills for Kiko stinking Alonso, he stinks. Oh, I couldn't stand him. So they trade for Kiko Alonso. They trade Shady McCoy in his prime. The perfect running back for Chip Dip Kelly's system. He trades him. And then he brings in DeMarco I Can't Run Murray from the Cowboys, who didn't fit the system at all. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay? And it always bothered me. So there is a part of me that is, gets nostalgia thinking about Shady McCoy running on that field wearing 25. There's just something about it that I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Now, when you look at the team and what's best for the team and where they're going, yeah, of course, it's not the best move. Go out, get Carlos Hyde, trade for Fournette, get a complimentary running back to Miles Sanders. Because I think you need one. Okay, I think you need one. You got Miles Sanders, you got Boston Scott. Boston Scott, to me, is Darren Sproles. That's the Darren Sproles role. Now, you signed Corey Clement, how healthy he's going to be. I like this kid, Mike Warren. What is he going to do, though? He hasn't taken a snap. Elijah Holyfield hasn't taken a snap. Killins is a practice squad small guy. He's not a big bruiser, a short yardage guy. So we don't really know what we got with some of these rookies. So bringing in a veteran running back is not a problem. And look, if the rookie plays on par to one of these vets, cut the vet in preseason. Cut him in training camp. No problem. However, I think you need to have an insurance policy at the running back position. A big, more physical back, even though Shady McCoy really isn't that. And you need somebody, that can complement Miles Sanders. Now, if Shady, let's say Carlos Hyde signs, let's say you can't trade for Fournette, let's say Devontae Freeman, who I probably would stay away from just because of all the injuries, say he goes somewhere. And Shady's sitting out there. I say, why not? I say, at that point, why not? I think Shady McCoy coming in, I think as the third or fourth running back, because I think you keep 4 on the roster. He could be a great mentor, a on-the-field player mentor for Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and whoever else they keep, okay? I think that playing as the franchise running back in Philly, okay, knowing how the fans are, knowing the city well, I think he can offer great advice, great mentorship for Miles Sanders. Okay, just like Brian Westbrook did for Shady McCoy when Shady was a rookie. He learned a lot from Brian Westbrook. He still talks about it to this day. So I think really, when you look at Shady McCoy, it's not a bad idea at all to bring him back. If other things don't work out, he's going to be very cheap. There's no question about it. So you could bring him in. You could have these other guys beat him out, and then you can just cut him if you have to. Worst case scenario. But I think that he can provide some mentorship to Miles Sanders. And by the way, he did average 4.4 yards a carry for the Kansas City Chiefs. He didn't get much work towards the second half of the season and into the playoffs. He may be pretty fresh. He may still have something left. He may still have something yet to give. And I don't think bringing in Shady McCoy is that bad of an idea. However, there's better options right now. But I think it's something that has to be considered. And I think it's something that the Eagles could do. I could legitimately see Shady McCoy coming back to Philly. The Eagles did try to get him a few times. They tried to trade for him when he was still at Buffalo. When he was a free agent last year, they tried to sign him. So I think the Eagles very well could go after him. He would be a cheap route. He would come home, play one more year, and then retire, providing great mentorship to guys like Miles Sanders, who, look, playing in Philly is one thing. Being a franchise running back in Philly is something not a lot of people do. He can provide great things for Miles Sanders, and I think that would be a good thing for the Eagles. So if Carlos Hyde doesn't work out and these other guys don't work out, I think the Eagles should bring him in as the third or fourth running back on this team. Let him, get, 5 carries a game, something like that, be in a few plays. But what he's going to give those other guys is going to be tremendous, especially Miles Sanders, who is the stud of studs at the running back position. So those are my thoughts on it. I wouldn't mind seeing Shady back under certain circumstances, them being Carlos Hyde and all of these other guys are off the market. Then I think it's a good idea. What do you guys think in the comments section? With that said, take care, talk to you later, and don't be a dingbat.